PowerPoint presentations are not officially part of academia, but they are everywhere in academia. You're expected to create beautiful and structured slides for proposal defenses, academic conferences, seminars, or when you're starting a lecturing job. Yet, nobody teaches you how to do it. And let's be honest, creating slides, it's not a matter of copy and paste. You can stay up to 2 a.m. trying to summarize a whole chapter into 5 bullet points, while you're trying to find layout, fonts, colors, images, and trying to make it look professional. But what if I told you there's an AI tool that can take your notes, your PDF, or even the topic of your interest and turn it into a full structured academic presentation in seconds? Welcome back, academic besties, and welcome if you are new here. My name is Lerato Kanonsa of All Things Academia, where we explore and explain all things in the academic world. Today, I'm going to show you an AI tool that's called WorkPPT that does the heavy lifting for you when you are doing PowerPoint presentations. It summarizes your points, designs your slides, and chooses your layouts. It also picks matching colors and fonts for your presentation. The best part is that it lets you upload PDFs, Word documents, or even just type a prompt on the text box and it will generate the content for you. And in this video, I am going to show you how exactly it works. But before we get into all of that, let's back it up a little bit and talk about in what instances would you actually need a PowerPoint presentation. As an academic, I have used a PowerPoint presentation to defend my proposal. This was easier for me to showcase to the oral committee my ideas and to be able to explain to them because I had a PowerPoint presentation. Second instances is when I go to academic conferences, and this is where I need to present some part of my thesis or my research or say what I'm working on, presenting it in a professional and academic way. Thirdly, I use it for my classes when I lecture. You get to a stage in your academic journey where you start taking lecturing gigs or those small part-time lecturing jobs. And as you know, that students have a short span of concentration and we all have different learning styles. So some people learn when they see visuals and some people learn just by listening. Mixing it up is actually a plus, not just for the student, but also as experience for your class practice as a lecturer. So PowerPoints come in handy in this case. Fourthly, which is the instances where I do not maximize PowerPoint presentation, but I do sometimes utilize them, is during research groups, workshops, and some seminars that I'm invited to. This is a good way to grab attention when you are speaking to a group of people, especially if you're sharing ideas so that they see that you have a structure and they can follow easily. I personally love PowerPoint presentation, especially because I do not like all the attention coming to me when I am presenting any idea or any part of my research. I like to share that attention with the PowerPoint presentation so that people are concentrating on something else and not solely on me. And in that case, my anxieties drop a little and my nerves drop a little, and I'm able to speak much more clearer when I'm sharing the attention with a PowerPoint presentation. So if you are anything like me, you get too nervous when you are speaking to a group of people, PowerPoint presentation are the deal. There are two problems though in doing PowerPoint presentations. The first one being that it's very difficult to summarize your content or your proposal or your chapter into 5 bullet points. You need to summarize whatever text you are working with to fit into one slide, and that is very difficult, especially in academia. We work with a lot of pages at the time. The second problem is that design takes time. You can take hours and hours looking for the images that relate to the topic that you're presenting. You also need to find a clean layout that is professional and suits the academic setting. And all your slides need to be consistent with the right amount of spacing between the text and images. It's just a lot. This is why WorkPPT is so important for academics, because it can ease the load so that you focus on the actual research content and not on the design, because after all, we are academics and not graphic designers. With all of that said, let me show you how amazing this tool is and what exactly it can do. So the first thing you want to do is go to your Google search and type WorkPPT, and the first results that come up, that's where you click. If this is your first time here, you will have to sign up, but obviously this is not the first time I'm using this app, so I'm going to log in. And now I'm on the WorkPPT website. I have logged on, and here is the dashboard. On your left-hand side here, you will see different tools. You'll see the AI slider, the AI chat, the AI PDF, the AI summarizer, and the list order. And this is where you'll find all the things that you have created, if you have any, And this is where you can invite people if you want to invite some of the friends or the colleagues that you work with. And these are the credits that you'll have. So let's create a slide presentation using the topic that we like in this channel, which is online academic coaching. So the first thing that you're going to see is that you've got an option to type out the prompt here, whatever topic that you want to research. And here you've got an option to upload files. As you can see, there's a lot of doc types that are supported, like TXT, which is text, documents, which is your Word document, and docs, XLSX, which is like your tables from Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel, your PPTX and your PPT, which is like your PowerPoint presentation type of files. Images, as you can see, the JPG and the PNG. You can also upload PDFs. So there's a whole range of doc types that you can upload here, which is what I like about this tool. You can also select the amount of cards that you want. This is basically this amount of slides that you want. You can either have 1 to 10 slides. You can create a presentation with 11 to 20 slides, with 21 to 33 slides. I'm just going to select the minimum for the purpose of this video. So I'm going to type my topic of interest, which is online academic coaching. Okay, so once you type that, you can select this button here, and this tool will generate some focused topics or questions for your research. For example, online academic coaching is too broad. We already know that. So for the purpose of this video, I think I'm going to go with personalized learning strategies for online academic coaching success, which is the first one. So I'm just going to select that one and go to this button here that says create my presentation and create the presentation. Now the tool asks me to choose a template. You will see different categories: business, education, minimalist, modern. I want to choose a simple academic template. It is important that you choose a template that fits the kind of style that you're going for. So I see this one here that says best of books in education, AI powered presentation. I think I like this because we're doing something that has to do with online academic coaching. So it's going to show you how the template is before you even select it, which is great. So I think I like the vibe of this template. So I'm going to go ahead and choose it. And I'm just going to watch the magic happens as this tool is now going to start generating a PowerPoint presentation for me without me having to sweat. And just like that, WorkPPT has generated slides for me. It's created the title page for this presentation and some introduction to the topic. It went ahead and created a slide about effective techniques tailored for learning experiences. Created one about exploring innovative approaches to academic coaching. This is actually awesome slide. It has done a good job and it has created a conclusion and a thank you slide. This is awesome. Now that the slides are generated, I can edit everything. If you want to change the colors, you can do so very easily. You just click the object of the color that you want to change, and then you can just change the color to your brand color or to match your university brand color. And if you do not like anything that you have done, you can always click here to undo and you can redo here. So you can also change the layout if you want to. You just drag and drop objects and place them wherever you need them to be. Very easy. Right here, you are able to insert a text box. If you want a text box, you're able to insert shapes. Videos, if you want to insert a video, you're able to insert images from your desktop or anywhere else if that's what you want to do. So it's very flexible with the editing. You're able to edit the text as well. If you do not want this, you can delete it or write something else. If you want to write anything else, you can change the font. Very easy. If you want to, you can change the font size. You can even insert table, charts, and graph from this panel here very easily. It works very similar with PowerPoint presentation. So if you know how to use PowerPoint, then you obviously know how to use WorkPPT. So once you have done with the change up and you're satisfied with how your slideshow works, you can come here and choose download. So when you download, you've got an option to export it to a PPTX type, which is like your PowerPoint presentation. You can export it into an image. You can export it into a PDF. You choose how you want to export it. There we go. If you have exported this, then you can open it in your download folder. There we go. And here it is. And you can open it in a PowerPoint. You can even share it via a link that you can copy or share it in any of your social media platforms if you do not want to necessarily download or export this type. This is super cool. So I'm going to go back here to the dashboard, and this time I do not want to use the prompt text box here, but what I want to do is actually upload a doc type. So I'm going to upload a file and I'm going to look for my proposal for my master's, and here is my proposal. So I'm just going to say create slides from my proposal, and then I'm going to say skip first 2 pages that contain personal information, because that's where I list my university, my student number, and all of that. That's not important. It's going to give me options of what I want to cover with the document. So I do not want the personal information. What I want to go with is the project description and research background. So I'm going to choose the second one because I want the oral committee to understand what my project is about. Then when I get here, I'm going to choose a template that goes with what I'm wanting to work with. And there's a couple of templates, but I like this one because it looks like it's a good fit. And as you can see, this template is going to show me before I can choose it, and I think it's a good template. I like it, so I'm just going to go with this one. So what it's going to do is going to go through this document and it's going to read it and try to put it into a slideshow. It's going to summarize the points by itself and make it presentable. So I can edit this because I just want it to be my research topic and not necessarily for it to explain what things are. So I can just drag it and put it in line with this, and this is going to be the title page. So this next couple of slides is the personal information, because my document contains my student number, who I am, my university, and all of that, so it will cover that. So what I want to do is just now delete these slides. After I deleted the personal information, the first slide is going to be about my project. As you can see, this is the first slide. If I wanted to edit anything, I would do that, but I don't. I'm satisfied. Secondly, it's going to give the description and the research background. This is quite cool. It has read my document within seconds, guys. I'm telling you, this is my proposal. I know it because I created it. So it says engaging gender inequality in theology, focusing on African perspective. This is beautiful. So then it talks about the key points that my background is about. It's about the importance of gender in theology of work, salary disparities in South Africa, patriarchal influences in work dynamics, cultural and religious context of work. This is awesome. So you see, it has gone through my proposal, and this is a way I can present it. Of course, I can change things if I wanted to. I can put in more things. And because WorkPPT is not just the slides, but it also includes the AI chat, which is basically like any chat. I can chat about it here, and I can say explain women's unpaid work in South Africa. Let's say perhaps that's something that I want to add in my slides that's not coming out well, and I don't want to do the research by myself. I can just chat here and it's just going to do the research for me. And what it's giving me, guys, it's legit. I know this because I've written a whole master's about this. So then it's telling me about domestic responsibility, caregiving, in community engagement. This is cool. So this is kind of things I can use in my slide as a background if I wanted to add another slide there, so I don't have to start the research from scratch. I can also summarize documents here. If there's an article that I've downloaded from a key scholar on the subject that I want, I can just go and upload that file. Once it has uploaded it, it's going to start working on summarizing this document for me. As you can see, it's giving me what the document is covering, what it is saying, what is it about. Oh my goodness, this is such an awesome cool tool. So now if I want to use some of this information, now that I understand it and that is summarized in one of my slideshow, I can do that. If I just want to use it also for my research, I can do this because it's just going to give me a full summary of this whole document, which is about 285 pages. It's going to summarize it in a few paragraphs that I can just read through and get the gist of what this is about. So here you basically are able to chat with this PDF. I can ask a couple of questions. What is the methodology used? And then it's going to go scan through the document and tell me what methodology is used in this document. Here you also have an option of an AI PDF where you can merge your PDFs, you can split your PDF, you can put watermarks on the PDF. This is very important when I export some of my research for peer reviewed or to share it with friends to look over it. I always watermark it because people will sometimes steal your research and publish it themselves. So here I make sure no one tampers with my research. So this is actually all in all a very cool tool, perfect for postgraduate students, supervisors, lecturers, and conference presenters. WorkPPT stands out to me as an academic because it saves hours of formatting and slide creation. It is beginner friendly friendly and there's no design skill needed. It supports multiple languages and file formats. Yes, languages. You can type in your own language and it will produce a PowerPoint presentation for you. It works for proposal defenses, teaching slides, academic posters, and startup pitches. The free version is packed with the core features. But if you're a serious academic, especially the postgrad, then you can click the link that I will provide in the description down below to access WorkPPT and use the coupon code UNDERRATE to get a whooping discount. And don't ever say I never plugged you, academic besties. So what are you waiting for? Click that link and use that coupon discount and stop stressing about PowerPoint presentation design. Focus in what you are best at, research. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content such as this one. I project to you love and grace in a way of 2 Corinthians 13 verse 14.